Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Friday Night Lights down at Brighton. Coming from a new angle, Charlotte, with the weather around, we've decided to have a different viewpoint on the game tonight. So we will be shooting from the end zone tonight, which is going to be very different, but very good. And
it'll be good for the attack at this end. So it's going to be a bit of fun to see from a different angle from behind the cage, which we haven't seen before. So we can look at the pros and cons of the camera angle. But the weather has definitely made an impact this whole week and for the next week as well. I think the weather's coming in pretty stormy. So, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully everybody's tuning in. I know we had a whole big look on Facebook. Everybody was waiting for the game to start. And it should be a really good one because this is going to probably be one of the last, I guess, top flight games that we're going to see that are going to be unaffected by sort of the Aussie campaigns over the next sort of month or two.
Yeah, I think the next, so Brighton have one more game, I believe, and so do Glenelg. But then from there, being such strong teams, there's obviously a lot of players that will be going over to the States, which is great for SA lacrosse, but it's hard for these clubs.
It's going to put a strain on
Brighton and Glenelg. Yeah, I think they're missing about 8 or 9 players each.
Even Woodville.
So we're missing a few. We're missing 5. 4 players, 1 spectator. Which it does. You know, I know Lacrosse SA did a really good job with the draw, just trying to, I guess, support the clubs and. To be honest, being an Aussie year, the priority is Australia, which I think everyone understands, regardless of what club you're from. You know, we want Australia to do really well in both 23s. And I know that as a state, we'll come together and support every single girl that's going away and watch the games and with our 23s and our senior women. It's exciting stuff. But it does put a strain on the competition. I think the next time these two come together, they are...
Should be the semi-final probably.
Yeah, they'll come together one more time, but the semi-final will most likely be the next one where the team is at its strongest.
Yeah, well, I was having a chat with Stewie Robb prior to the game, and I think he said they've got 8 that will be away for certain periods with the under-23s and various Aussie campaigns.
I mean, it creates an opportunity for some of the younger girls and the Div 1 girls to come up. These teams will probably still have some solid depth. So I know, I believe Karen and Bonnie will both be here playing still, so there'll be some leaders.
Yeah, so I've heard that Bonnie might not be heading over to the Sixers.
Yeah, I believe work. She'll be, I think she's taken a step back just with her job in the workforce. So I think it does put a bit of a strain if she went away for that period of time. Well,
that's a shame because I think that game is built for Bonnie.
100%. And, you know, just the speed, the grunt and hustle of the Sixers is definitely a Bonnie Wells style of play. But, you know, at the end of the day, lacrosse doesn't pay the bills. So, you know, it's one of those things that she
If only.
And then, in Brighton, I believe, you know, I'm not too sure if Mel Williams is going over to watch it. So Mel's going. So I was going to say they've got her in depth, but they don't. But, you know, someone like Colleen, who will be probably the leader of Brighton whilst the teams are, What's that? To watch Indy play. So we've got Christian here.
But while we're on the idea of supporting our thing, so we've got this year Lacrosse SA are looking for sponsors to come on board as development supporters. So that whole funding is purely there to support our grassroots. So all the money donated, 100% of the money that we get goes to campaigns to grow the game, particularly out in our northern area. I know Trish is doing an amazing job as the development administrator to really grow the game through quick sticks and that. But, you know, your help can get us. So, you know, if tax time's coming up. So if your company's looking to, reduce that taxable income, So we've got 3 levels, the bronze, and you do get some stuff with this. So it's not just a freebie. So, you know, you get a beanie or a scarf for the 500. So our new apparel range should be going live in the next couple of weeks, which
super exciting.
We're looking forward to. You know, and all of these come with finals passes as well. So you get free reign at all finals venues, which is pretty good. So, and we've actually had our first gold sponsor in Aaron Mancher over from Perth. Now he runs a shipping company over there that deals with all of our lacrosse, so all the Cascade and Maverick stuff that we get into South Australia or into Australia. He actually does that. He actually supports us considerably there. So if you're watching, Aaron, give us a shout out and a massive thank you, because I mean he's from WA and he's just finding a way to support SA Lacrosse. So if you do have that opportunity, please sign up. You know, even a Lacrosse SA TV sponsorship, we do have those available. So if anyone's even Jay, is he?
Yeah. Just I'm trying to get on to him, that's for sure. Don't worry, I've been in his ear about it. I think it's the same thing. You know, we're a small sport, and any help like that is definitely appreciated. Even if it's, you know, a couple of $100, if it's, you can't even donate the 500. I'm sure if you can do less and want to get involved with, we would definitely
get in touch with the thing. But to our current sponsors, and obviously they do an amazing job in traditionals, the traditional group. So they do a tremendous job in ultimate. You know, you speak with anybody that's had any work done with them, and they cannot speak highly enough about it. As we get into our sort of 2-minute drain, I've just got to work out all my tech over here.
Yeah, sorry, we've trying to get people out to support Marty in this is challenging, but Marty does a great job, and everyone else behind the scenes.
Yep.
And
but before we get too far down there, not only have we got Trad VC, but we've worked out a lovely segue here that you can go and see Chris McGurr.
Oh yes.
To get your house refinanced. So not only do you save yourself money, so let's say you want to build with Trad VC, and you go, need some money to, you know,
especially in weather like this, outdoors in the back, you know.
But you can go and see Chris, get refinanced, then go and see Trad VC.
Yeah.
And not only that are you saving yourself money, but your club also gets $250 in sponsorship,
which is amazing.
Which is an amazing thing. So we thank the Suttons and Chris, you know, and it allows us to do what we do and bring you the games, which is going to be really cool. So,
very exciting
speaking
stuff.
of which, we're going to just have a quick word from them before we jump straight into our game.
My name is Chris McGurr, and I'm excited to be supporting Lacrosse SA in 2022. Our goal is to provide 50 property loans and save our supporters $50,000 through refinance. For every new Lacrosse supporter loan or refinance settled, your club will receive $250 in sponsorship, and if we hit our target, that's $12,500 going to Lacrosse SA clubs this year. So reach out to me today on 0480 311 301 or email me on chris@180finance.com.au to find out how I can save you money today.
Welcome back. It's going to be an awesome game here. We've got Christian on the camera, who's always does an amazing job, and you know he's got a bit of a challenge this week, shooting from the end zone. but I have no doubt that he's going to be able to get some awesome footage.
I was going to say we might see some really nice shot placements with the back of this cage. It looks like a brand new net as well, so hopefully some corners, some pipes. Yeah, I'm sure Brighton have got a couple of young guns in their team that are really good at hitting those. Indy Williams being one of them, and the inclusion, Marty, we should talk about of one Miss Hannah Nielsen coming into the game tonight.
Is she back?
Yeah, so she came over.
Missed that on the team list.
I believe last weekend her family were just over. I believe this is a story. Her family went over.
Oh yes, so it is Hannah Nielsen.
Yep, her family went over, or mum and dad, and then they flew back, and she pretty much jumped on the next flight back as a surprise. And I think she surprised her family, which was really lovely, but not lovely for Glenelg tonight that have to come against her.
No,
but you never know what can happen. So it'd be good
quality breed success.
This is true. And also I can see with Brighton the inclusion of Kate Osborne. So a young junior who's I think had a couple of runs, but it'll be good to see her as we get into the first centre draw, which the matchup I guess that these girls have gone through between Indy Williams and Jess Morrison. So ball straight up. I believe we have a pre-check from so Jess. That was a pre-check on Jess, and Indy will be starting with that ball. So already very physical game, but that was all clean, that little hit, as Beth brings the ball down. So Hannah Nielsen with her first touch of the game. We can see Laura Evans, so that could be a matchup we might see tonight is Laura Evans on Hannah Nielsen, just to watch that as there was a fumble and Karen picks the ball up and passes through to Lucinda. So Lucinda's got legs here and can run this ball down. Indy tries to stop her there, but I think Lucinda's just got the speed in this game. She'll probably be able to run out a fair bit of it if she's playing sort of that midfield role as Glenelg had the ball. That camera's looking good down there. It's not too far.
Yeah, no, Christian's doing a good job. And we are just having some issues with the scoreboard at the moment, so we will be with you there in a second, but as we come through there,
as we see Beth Varga defending Bonnie Wells again, nice and tight. So bit of a two-man game. Glenelg, Karen and Bonnie just trying to work it between them, as Glenelg seems to be playing a sort of a 1-4-1 style of lacrosse, just trying to create that space. So Darcy Beckett with the ball behind, liking her chances with the drive. And passing up to Karen. So Karen will like this, but Colleen O'Malley's just come over for that slide. Oh, and just a bit of a high shot from Karen, I believe Jess Morrison was at the back. But first shot of the game going down to Glenelg's end. Probably another thing in this game that I love watching with these two teams is the two goalkeepers, both Australian goalkeepers, Addie for Brighton and Carly for Glenelg, and they definitely know how to keep their team afloat in games like this. As a great slide there by Brighton, by Taylor Voicey. Bonnie just controlling the ball, so a bit of a long stint there, but ball's on the deck. So Abby Thorne, another young player, picking that ball up and seeing Colleen O'Malley in the middle, but Bonnie's got some good defence there as Beth Varga collects that ball. And just low one's going to her, and I think Carly baited her there, and Beth a bit annoyed with herself, but great save there by Carly Evans, and a very quick clear out to Darcy Beckett. So it looks like Glenelg will do a bit of a slow clear here. We can see that they're doing, from what it looks like, a bit of a full field press, which works. As we can see, there's a bit of a fumble. So Colleen recovering that ball, and looks like Brighton might slow this one down a bit. Beth with the ball again. As she passes down to Zephyr Williams at the back. So we'll see what Brighton do with this ball here. Oh, great cut there by Hannah Nielsen. And it's going to be a Glenelg. I don't think it's gone out. It stayed in. that ball. So Jess has picked that ball up. She's probably going to have to run it down the field, but Abby's stopping her up there. So again, Glenelg just really struggling to get ball and stick as Lucinda, and she's just running to sticks there. I'm not too sure. I mean, look, umpires are just there. We're seeing it from a different angle as Zephyr brings the ball down, and she'll probably pass out to Hannah. Just a few nerves out there tonight. Bit of fumbling. First quarter, I guess they know that this is probably the last time they're going to have a really tough game, these two teams. But Brighton just slowing this one down a little bit now. As we can see Karen Mortimer just defending Indy there. I think that is definitely a matchup we can see now. Laura Evans on Hannah Nielsen, and both Australian players. It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. So just trying to use the pick from Hannah for Laura to slide, but really good talk there from what we can hear from Glenelg defence. So Lucinda again just covering Abby really tightly as she's run straight into... So that was a bit of a tough call. Sorry, we've just had to shift the table. I'm not too sure. I believe Abby ran into Karen from this angle, but Tammy's called that a block, and Abby's definitely taken advantage of that free shot. So we'll see that on the replay. Abby Thorne just coming in and bouncing that shot in between Carly's legs, it looks. So great shot there by Abby Thorne. That's a tough call, that one, you know. Running into someone's always a challenge, and coming off second best, I feel like if you know, sometimes the defenders get the raw end of the stick, but the angle of that would definitely, as an umpire, you would have seen probably a bit of a block in that.
You'd never get the rough end of an umpire's decision, would you?
No, never. Nah, look, it's part of the game. Being an umpire myself, you're always going to miss things, and you call what you see, and our umpires do a phenomenal job.
Yeah, now
we can't fault, you know, even the three umpiring tonight. You know, they do a lot for our sport, especially all of our league teams. So,
yeah, we do have a couple going as Hayley Frisk gets inside, and a great save there by Carly as it comes over to the backside, and Beth Varga just finishes it nicely.
Nice.
And more the point, how was the camera work
Very
there?
nice. That all over it, Christian.
Well, let's have a look at this, because this is going to be.
Good
Quality,
save.
great save there, but Mel Williams.
She saw it in the eye, and that's pipe, I think. That's hit close to pipe, that shot. So great finish there by Beth Varga, but great read of play by Mel Williams to know Beth coming in on that angle.
Yeah, so 2-0 early start. That's probably not what Glenelg were after. They really haven't had too much control down their end. It's all been down the camera end, so to speak.
And the challenge with Brighton is that midfield hustle they have. They've got such a strong midfield team, and you really need to get in front of your player. You know, Indy's probably, you know, I'll say it, she's probably the strongest centre player in South Australia, and she knows where to put the ball for herself. But if she's struggling, she knows where to put the ball for
it's not bad
her
to go
teammates.
from Cassidy Doster to
exactly, yeah.
To there. Big pick there, good double.
Great pick there. And
big pressure there.
And that looks like a pre-check from, so Mel just going for that ball a bit early, and Lucinda coming up with the penalty. So straight away we can see down the end of the field, you know, Brighton are playing a bit of a man-on-man, but as you can see, they're also playing a full-field press, so they're happy to leave some players just to try and cause that roadblock, as Lucinda's going to run into one as we speak. So, you know, you can see Brighton shifting across, but some good movement there by Glenelg to get that ball down. So
and I know something, looking back at last year, that was something that Glenelg certainly wanted to, you know, improve in the sense of, you know, just making sure the skills were good enough to get out of that. You know, that you see in the footy, the switch, you know, to get out the backside and get a clear run, as we see Darcy Beckett just dodging in here.
And it's harder than it looks. You know, you think, oh, just swing it to the other side. You've got to hit that as we can see, Karen.
Good save there by Addie.
Great save by Addie there, and a good clear for Cole to run onto, but she'll need to get a pass up. Oh no, she's beaten those players, so she'll be able to run that ball, and we've got what looks like a trip.
Professional foul.
Yes,
Is that what is?
The game down, yes.
Yep. There certainly is one of those advantages. Just
Everyone does it.
Little professional foul, and just get the game back on your terms.
So
I don't know how you get that out of the women's game.
So Brighton are definitely controlling this first quarter. Just the extra 1%ers, I think, that they're winning and doing. So, and another great feed by Hannah Nielsen to Eloise Rowe. And the angle on that shot looked like there was none, but she was able to finish that one really nicely.
It wasn't a shot in the first place. But she drew Carly out, which I think we'll see on the replay here. Obviously, Hannah Nielsen just gets the separation from Colleen and, barely a...
There's no angle there. How did she
no
get
angle,
that in?
but there was no gap there in the centre there. So
great placement.
But Brighton out to a 3-0 lead, and really putting a stamp on the game so far, and just not letting
Glenelg get that ball,
have any sort of control whatsoever. So we see Morrison and Indy.
She just knows how. She's got that centre flair. Don't know what it is, and it's hard to stop. Oh, a bit of a fumble there by So smart play by Carly.
Deliberately dropping the ball
and then it bounced in, which I don't think that's not called dropping it back in. As a goalie, you can't do that. So very smart
in the men's game, we call it deliberate impetus into the into the goals or over the end line on a shot.
Yeah, right. So I just remember in our umpiring test, deputy is the word that's thrown in. If the deputy, so I think of her as a deputy dropping the ball.
Yeah, so we certainly have while we're there, we've got certainly a lot of officials heading over for the Nationals.
Yeah, so the three incredible, we call them Team Zebra tonight. So I believe all three of them. We've got Tammy, Nat, and Nikki.
Now, who's going away overseas for the time? As we see a little bit of a push there. As Bonnie will look to now, is that we can't see from this distance. It doesn't look like it's a fan.
No, not a fan shot, but you can't shoot. That's definitely
going to be
a big push there. So Bonnie will have a hash shot.
Now, to help our viewers at home, at what point does that become a card?
So I do know. All right. So with what Tammy said, we'll see how Bonnie goes here, and a great shot by Bobby.
What a shot!
That I didn't even see that. So I don't know how Addie was going to see that, but that was some power.
Well, you want to know the great thing about being back here is we get to watch this on replay because.
Let's just look at her footwork
because I reckon
here.
Christian got that
her
perfectly.
So speedy.
1, 2, 3, and woof.
That is a phenomenal shot, and she is pumped, and every right she should be pumped after a shot like that.
As Tony would be saying, that's certainly rattling the cookie jar, or I think that even might be a Sammy Kilford one. So 3-1.
That might be what Glenelg needed, just to pump them up a bit, get on the board, get the nerves all settled.
Yeah, now remember our clock is a couple of minutes behind, so there's probably 2 to 3 minutes, and Indy wins it again, but loses it there.
But see, Brighton just had 3 on that ball straight away, and they've always got their outlet pass, and that's something that I think every other team struggles with. Is Brighton is always one step ahead. You know, they've always got that that next move ready for you as Taylor Magnan comes round.
And we see Zeph come in and just shoot it over the top there. But if you're after your next move, why don't you go and see 180 Finance, because they will put you on the right track to saving money and getting a sponsorship for your club. $250 to support every club. So make sure you give Chris a call on 0480 311 301, and they will get you sorted out in great speed. Because who doesn't like saving money at times like this?
I know. And then go spend it on a. What was the segue? I've already forgotten.
tradvc.com.au. Now that's something that I've in the women's game I don't like. You take the shot, you lose the penalty.
Yeah, well,
Although
it has to be good quality. So, you know, if Abby, again, with her, she's coming in a bit closer with a hash shot now. So we'll see if she bounces this one again. You always want to make sure you've got two shots.
See, they're here.
And she has, so great save there by Carly. And good quick
outlet. That should be able to beat that press, the zone and press. And
Bonnie has
wheels.
She's very fast, yeah.
Now, back to the officials. Who we got going over to our international? So obviously we know we've got these
three. I believe
Tammy, Nat, and Nikki.
That is is there any? I believe that's it.
Yep, so are they all heading off to
Yeah,
Worlds?
So they're all heading off to Worlds. I'm not too sure who is staying on for sixes. I believe Tammy is, but I'm not too sure about Nat and Nikki. But again, a really, really big achievement
so
for 30 seconds. Yeah.
The bell has gone, and we'll see whether Glenelg can challenge. It's a really good slide there. They've got to move the ball to the backside.
They need to get this ball moving a bit quicker if they are. Oh, there we go. But great defense by.
It's a tip off Brighton there. It should be.
And it definitely should be. Should be Glenelg.
Yeah, Nikki's got that one,
and that's why these ladies are going to the World Championship, and we've had another fumble.
Probably shouldn't be going to Worlds.
No.
But, and on the men's side we've got. And that's time. And on the men's side, we've got Rick Smithson, who's obviously off to Ireland. Later, some ugly mug with their headset on. As you can see, the rain coming down here, so it's probably a good thing we're up on the balcony here. This is
nice and toasty, actually.
Producer's call here. As we see a 3-1 quarter time score. With the rain coming down, aren't you glad you're at home? Oh, sorry, to our people at home, aren't you glad you're here, because it's great there. And what's even greater is our sponsors.
Let's hear from them.
My name is Chris McGurr, and I'm excited to be supporting Lacrosse SA in 2022. Our goal is to provide 50 property loans and save our supporters $50,000 through refinance. For every new Lacrosse supporter loan or refinance settled, your club will receive $250 in sponsorship, and if we hit our target, that's $12,500 going to Lacrosse SA clubs this year. So reach out to me today on 0480 311 301 or email me on chris@180finance.com.au to find out how I can save you money today.
Welcome back, and we're here for the, start of the second quarter after some ridiculous goals. And you know what? We're going to have a look at some of them because some of them were just absolutely ridiculous. So we have here Abby Thorne just stepping in and putting it between the legs
That's great placement. You can see she hasn't put too much power on the back of that, and she's really looked at where she's placing that shot.
And we have a look here at the second goal. A great save here by Carly, but the ever elusive Mel Williams just finding the backside with Beth Varga there, and to see it there. But I think this is the one you. Oh no, this is the 3-0.
No, that's
3. Oh no, that was the
one.
same one again. Hang on, we want the. Bear with us here. Sorry.
That was the Eloise. That second one, the third one. This with Hannah driving.
This is the Hannah.
Yeah.
Create some space. See at the backside. I don't think even Eloise was expecting it there to break it to a 3-0. But this is the one. This is the one you want. Just 1, 2, 3.
And plant that
each
and let it rip.
Hard out. Has she got the hardest shot in Australia, you reckon?
Right now, I'm not sure because there's a lot of fit girls. Like, you know, Beth Varga's got a pretty hard shot. Like, we played him a couple of weeks ago and she took one shot and I was like, oh, you would not want to be standing in front of that. I know even in Melbourne, I reckon Hayla Stefanos has got a pretty powerful shot. We should get all these girls in a room. Bring back the fastest shot. Not sure how Glenelg's
who won that one?
Hannah
Goff
Jessie,
with was it 103 or 104 or something like that? Which is still pretty quick.
Yeah. I think
although I know. Oh, shit. Sorry.
So we're just starting. Sorry, we're talking about a messaging system.
Yep. And I forgot to turn the light off to let them know that I'm ready. So
Bonnie's caused another penalty. I'm not too sure what happened there, but Brighton will get that ball back.
Circle break, was it?
I don't think it was. I think it was a push on Indy. But anyway, yeah, Bonnie's caused another turnover. As we see Brighton down just again. Zephyr Williams just really controlling that offense down there from the back. She's definitely had a great mentor in her mum Mel to be able to play the way she does behind the cage, and she definitely controls it when she is back there. So as we can see, Abby Thorne again driving in, being stopped by Laura Evans. So a couple of Aussie girls against each other, which is always good to see as Taylor Mangan comes in. And good slide there by Laura Evans. So Brighton are really moving this ball around. Having to watch Glenelg as we see Hannah Nilsson with the ball. A really, really fine feed there to Taylor, who's just fumbled that. And Brodie Brovnik coming up with that ball. So as she runs down, she'll probably come to this outside as she sees Darcy Beckett. So Darcy will probably try and get this ball to the back of the cage as she's being heavily guarded there by Michaela Varga. And the ball back up with Bonnie Wells. So another team down this end. Will be interesting to see what Glenelg do, as we can see Bonnie and Karen just really trying to work a two-man game. As we see Jess Morrison looking for a drive. But Brighton are all over this defence. And we've just got a hit to the head. So that was definitely accidental, but that's Beth Varga has just hit Bonnie.
My name is Chris McGurr, and I'm excited to be supporting Lacrosse SA in 2022. Our goal is to provide 50 property loans.
Bonnie comes in for a centre hash shot. And another good shot there by Bonnie. Took off the pepper on that one and went in for the placement. So centre hash is definitely a shot you'd love to take every day of the week as a female lacrosse player.
So we have a look at the replay here, and I think we might just be getting it back. And
look at that determination in her eyes.
We're going to run out of. Just got it. But bringing it back to a 3-2 game.
And that's unfortunate as a defensive player. You know, I think Bonnie lost her footing and copped it in the face. And, you know, you'll take it as an attacker for sure.
Now, the next question is, will they be able to capitalise and get the man up? Because Indy Williams has been doing an awesome job in the centre, just controlling that, bringing it to the backside.
And exactly knows where her players are going to be at any given time. So that's just something that, you know, I feel like Indy's an old soul. She's played lacrosse for thousands of years.
Yeah.
and she just knows where her team is. And Brighton are very, very good. They'll hold this out. Addie's going to come up and probably create that extra player. If they don't send someone to her, you know, this will knock off a fair bit of time on the clock.
Now, a bit of an interesting one, a bit of a rule variation that we might be able to see. What about what they do in the men's, where if you don't have, if you've got somebody in, no centre, nobody on the circle.
No one on the circle, no. So
we've got Addie running for her life here.
Getting chased by someone you don't want to be chased by. By Karen. So, and now she's got that pressure on her. She'll be able to hold that pressure. Addie loves coming out of the cage. She'll love this. And just throwing that straight out. But, you know, that's taken a good sort of probably 45 seconds off the clock.
Well, and Beth is being cleared here.
Yeah,
so, you know, that's Addie's done her job, so to speak, and created a
and to have that control with a goalie stick, you know, and running with a helmet being chased.
It's not that hard, Charlotte. Just you know, we've got to get you girls ready for box.
Yeah, box lacrosse. So let's see what Glenelg do here now that they're back to a man-up game. They'd probably love to even the score up here and get that momentum back, as we see
certainly
Sarah
Brighton did start very quickly.
Yes, they did. And speaking of great feed there by
just missed it there.
Yeah.
That'll be a push. Oh.
So
that's an interesting decision
there.
I'm
not too sure. I believe Bonnie's
covering.
gone for the ball when she's covered the ball.
Well, let's see what we've got here.
Stopped. Yeah, so she's just unfortunate call.
I would think
and it's a rule, so Bonnie's just covered the ball. And again, accidental, but great take there by Zephyr Williams. So can see Hannah Nilsson, who's been guarded by Izzy Brown. Great to see young Izzy out in these league games as well.
Yeah, part of the under-23, and she'll be getting a big education.
100% over there. It's great to see so many young girls going out for it, as Laura is defending Beth, and another good save there by Carly.
All day. Well, she thought about the fast outbreak.
They'll probably have to do a bit of a slow clear here, just because Brighton will look, as Bonnie should grab. Addie's going to grab that ball. So great read of play there by Addie. Getting her K's up, probably getting some zone 6 that these Aussie girls like to call it. Good, smart play there to ground ball that one. Learnt from her clear last time and went, I'm probably going to ground ball this. So good run there by Mickey Varga. Probably not one to hedge too far over into the offensive land, but Brighton were able to recover from that fumble.
I actually saw an interesting one in the 15s. A goalie went for a bit of a run, not knowing that she couldn't go over the halfway line. Got all the way into the goal circle, scored the goal, but got called for shooting space, and then proceeded to then take it from the centre hash mark, score again.
That's brilliant.
Absolutely loved it. So
that is brilliant.
Again, probably not in the rules, but certainly an absolute blast, and something that you wish that you could see.
Yeah.
So,
well,
do you wish that they could come out, or
in the men's game they can run all the way down the other end, can't they? Yeah. The women's, I think it's like halfway, or I don't know, however they do it, but sometimes if they're going to risk it,
that's not a shot. That's not a shot.
That's going to be Glenelg. Well, if they're going to risk it, they're only going to put their team at a disadvantage. So I'm not sure why not, but that was an overthrow there by
probably
Brighton.
Just because of the contact, really, isn't it?
Yeah, very true.
Men, if they're going to go down there,
I'm sure the umpires will watch the game afterwards. But when you're chasing a goalie, you are probably a bit rougher than you are with the other players.
It's the same in the men's game.
And a lot of yellow cards come from hitting a goalie in the helmet. I've done that to definitely Addie. I hit her in the helmet once as she's running out. And look at this great defense by Brighton. You can just see their transitional play as they try and clear this, and always hustling.
Izzy Brown just putting on the jets
to that line as Indy Williams comes up, and Izzy's going in, but good check there by Indy. And this is what Izzy will learn, is just tucking that stick in. But great recovery there to not lose that ball.
Yeah, there's a lot of up-and-coming juniors, and as we were talking in the pre-game, they're going to get a lot of, I guess, opportunity over the next couple of months.
Yeah,
to
great
work.
check there by Karen. And going again,
back her old
so hard at the ball, Karen Mortimer, but having Hannah Nielsen also come in, she's also just knows how to pick that ball up. As we see Izzy Brown just letting her know who she is, I reckon. Izzy's up on her, defending nice and tight. So momentum for both teams just kind of stopped a little bit of back and forth.
Yeah, and that's what we want to see. You know, for the last sort of couple of years, it's been, you know, how close can a team get to Brighton?
Like let's get within 10 goals, or don't let them score more than 30. Back in the day when I started playing league.
Yeah.
Another big save there by Carly.
Yeah, no, it ebbs and flows a bit. You know, I certainly know what was it, you know, 2016 and whatnot. Glenelg were doing that on the back of Courtney Hobbs. It was like, you know, how close can you get to
every
Glenelg?
team? As we see Izzy running and just great. And you know what? That was a good check. Probably a bit too high, but Hannah just slowing that. What do we call that? Tactical
professional foul.
Professional foul.
Yep. As Gilbert here takes it down to Froud. And Tony, I hope you're watching.
Abby Thorne being called for a push. Not happy about it.
I wonder whether that's a difference between the college game and the AFL. That's 50 metres.
Yeah. Oh, you usually when you're talking back, you're talking about yourself and you're just a bit annoyed. So Karen's drawn the 2 there. And that's gone for the ball.
Swipe?
Yeah, probably she was far away enough for it not to be one from Indy's body, but more her stick.
That's a push every day of the week. And no goal there.
No goal. We're calling
like Christian, you didn't get that one for Mel. Or you got it. Just the push came first.
It's just not a real one. It's just not a real goal. We're calling that a ward. She's called that it looks like a ward.
Interesting.
As Lucinda, again, this is probably Lucinda's, 4th run of the game. Just that defensive hustle as she brings the ball down into attack.
Now, you might have seen this. How's Lucinda settled into the new team?
I think...
Has she got a defensive role?
I think Lucinda is that player that is so adaptable to whatever team she plays in. She just knows her role within a team. She's really confident. As we see, great check there by Taylor Voicey, and as there's a bit of a hustle for this as Indy Williams, and that's a pre-check. Yeah, so, Eloise Rowe has just drawn a penalty. So, Lucinda's just a gun at what she does in her team, and she knows her position. She knows it really well. She knows that she's hustlers and D, and she's a really tough player to play against. But she's also got a really powerful shot as well. She's going to be exciting to watch. And she's the captain of the under-23 Australian team, which is really exciting for her.
Yeah, it's just one of those grinders that everyone wants on their team.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Hannah Nielsen has stepped in the circle, and she's not happy about it. And she'll have to come and stand forward to the side. Not taking any of that. But Carly Evans will have this ball and clear that out too. By the looks, is that Ella Jury running down the field?
Number 3, yes.
Yep. Again, another under-23 Australian player here.
We've got a few of them.
Passing to Darcy Beckett, who is another under-23, which is great for Glenelg. These young juniors coming through. Jessie Froud passing the ball up to Bonnie. And they just work this 2-man game here, but Indy Williams stepping up for the challenge there. Up to Laura Evans, who just a bit of a fumble there, and the ball's fallen out. So, and that definitely could be no. Okay, so that's coming back for behind, I believe. Sarah's going. A few fumbles, and I know that all the Aussie girls got their sticks. I believe they got their new, or some of them got new sticks, so probably just getting used to that.
Who's looking after the team this year?
Olivia Parker did tell me, and
SDX, Brighton.
no,
Warrior.
Beth Farger again to
Carly makes another good
Carly.
save as they look to get out some space, and Lucinda once again.
Again, Lucinda just using her speed.
And bit of an errant pass.
And yeah, I think she heard the advantage call and went to go pass it. But yeah,
so
again,
do they not call that back for people?
No. So as soon as you hear the advantage call, they've given you that advantage. So if
okay.
Lucinda passed her player, so she got past her, and then she's obviously overthrown the ball. So if Hannah was still maybe next to her, they wouldn't call that advantage.
Yeah. As it looks like they'll get it back here again. As a turnover.
Lucinda again just hustling in there. And I believe it's
a little trip.
Come off a foot. The ball's been... No, so even if it's accidental in the girls' game, if the ball comes off your foot... Oh, no, that's a trip. Yep, major behind. That's a trip. Oh, great look
good crash by Brovnik.
And another whistle here. So we've got 3 second call on Bonnie. The ball was inside the fan. So on a 3 second call, if the ball's inside the fan, it's a free shot.
Oh.
Indy, great shot. And with 30 seconds to go, that's our...
Did you get that one, Dad?
That's our...
Well, let's have a look at the replay and find out. No, Indy, I think. Oh, no,
Zeph,
6.
Sorry, Zeph. Great shot there by Zeph.
Up over the off shoulder.
That's the first goal of this quarter.
Second.
Isn't it? Oh, second goal.
Second,
so Bonnie, Bonnie
got
was
one
early.
Right early.
So that's we had about 13 minutes of no scoring.
Yes.
That's what we like to see.
The day just goes by so quickly up here, doesn't it?
So there's probably about 27 seconds left in this quarter. If any team can score a goal, it's one of these two. If you're Peter Inge, you need 4 seconds. Again, Indy, great control there. And just trying to hustle that ball down and nearly got that to Taylor Mangan. So a couple of the young kids fighting for it.
Oh, dangerous pass.
Very dangerous. So
Bonnie's
going to try and... so no free start here, but... not sure what would be left on this clock if Karen just going to launch it in. She's laughing. She wants to. Bonnie could run in. No, I think they just wanted to hold that ball out and not force it. But great outcome for both teams, I think. Brighton definitely just ahead of this game with a scoreline of 4-2. So we'll head into a bit of a sponsors break and be back shortly.
My name is Chris McGurr and I'm excited to be supporting Lacrosse SA in 2022. Our goal is to provide 50 property loans and save our supporters $50,000 through refinance. For every new Lacrosse supporter loan or refinance settled, your club will receive $250 in sponsorship, and if we hit our target, that's $12,500 going to Lacrosse SA clubs this year. So reach out to me today on 0480 311 301 or email me on chris@180finance.com.au to find out how I can save you money today.
Beautiful. And back on Facebook now. We'll just double check ourselves. Sorry, everyone. You've only missed about 3.5 minutes, I think. And the scoreline is still 4 to Brighton and 2 to Glenelg. As we
sincere apologies for all that, guys. It's sometimes things out of our control just ruin the fun.
Yeah.
So, but we're back. We're back.
And Glenelg's had this ball probably for the last 3 minutes now. So being able to control it really nicely down in their attack. Brighton doing a really solid job of defence as we see Bonnie with the ball getting guarded heavily, but being able to pass that off. So great defence by Brighton, but really good by Glenelg to be able to keep this ball in their offensive end.
Yeah, so while we're away, we luckily, if you're going to have a power failure of some description, it's probably good as off the face mask there of Addie during half time is probably the best time to have it.
Exactly, as Beth Varga comes up with it. And again, Beth just using her speed. She is very quick and very fit, passing it up to Hannah Nielsen. So this is the first time Brighton have had this ball, I believe, this quarter down their offensive end. So they'll probably just want to recover from a large set of defence. As we can see, everyone getting a touch, and Hannah's just telling everyone, let's just slow this ball down. Oh, great defence there by Brodie Brovnik. And, very, very smart play by Zephyr Williams, just flicking that ball out as Brighton come up with the ball. And Hannah Nielsen just slowing it down again. As you can see behind Hannah, massive cheer squad here for Glenelg and Brighton.
Yeah, for what is a bit of an average night, and there's rain forecast, which is why we're shooting from the end zone.
And even upstairs, there's probably about 15 people in the balcony. Abby Thorne, just great, but she's ended up in the crease on that shot. So she'll end up 4 to the side. Abby's making a bit of an impact in this game as well, which is great to see, that college style, that she's just got that hustle. But before she went away, she had that hustle. As again, Lucinda just running the ball down the field, getting past Beth Varga.
If Glenelg do get up, I think she'll be putting her hand up for, just getting that clear, beating that zone all by herself. I mean, she did it for Wildy for so long.
She did. She's just got.
And hopefully we see her back doing that next year.
Yes. But Glenelg seeing most of the ball this quarter so far. Probably want to get some reward for it soon, because it's a lot of effort to keep the ball out of Brighton's stick.
Speaking of what's no effort whatsoever, it's getting in touch with Chris McGurr from 180finance.com.au as we see a little jump in here, and lovely little flip over, and Hannah Nielsen is off to the races.
And that's those Aussie sticks, I reckon. It's these brand new Aussie sticks these girls have. We can see Laura Evans
are they mesh
having
ones,
one.
or?
So it is a mesh stick. I want to say it's a prolax.com. Could have made that up, but
Lax.com.
Prolax sounds great in my head.
But probably just need some meshing in, or just some
to
settling
wear it in. Yeah. As we see Laura Evans.
Don't want to see any little silicon dots on there.
No. And
one of my good friends, Shockers, used to always do that. Little silicon dots
in it. Yeah,
he could hold it like anything, and nobody would ever pick him up because he was a defender.
So we got a free shot here by Laura Evans, clearing the fan. Oh, good bounce, but great save there by Addie. She watched that one into her stick then, so big save there. And looking at a bit of a slower clear as Hayley Fuss, who has the speed here to run this ball down. Izzy Brown just coming over. No one going to her. They've got to send someone to the ball. Again, Lucinda steps up, so heavily guarded there. And then Eloise just slowing that down a bit. So great clear there by
Defense looks
Brighton.
a bit gassed here.
Yeah, defense is a bit flat-footed for Glenelg. We can see they're just not sticking to their cutters and not ball watching. But as we see Indy Williams coming around, and yeah, that's just probably a lot of effort down the other end trying to work the ball. But Glenelg are going to come up with this one. They didn't have the backup for that pass. So Bonnie Wells.
We thank everybody for hanging through us for that little ditch, and we've actually got more viewers on YouTube than we do there. So we thank everybody for putting with us.
As we see, who's that? Gilbo picking that ball up down in the end. So probably a bit of a slower clear for Glenelg. Brighton weren't able to get back into their zone or their ride that they wanted to. So Izzy Brown being heavily guarded there by Colleen O'Malley. Funny that Colleen's doing some lessons with Izzy, which is good. Like we need to see it in South Australia, just everyone getting amongst each other. We need to keep growing the sport. So great that Colleen's able to do some one-on-one sessions with Izzy.
Yeah, it's the growth of the game.
Yeah.
By all means, fight on the field, but off the field, and great little thing. But
great feed, and
Addie's
out
off.
again. She's getting her K's up.
She not been doing enough during the week, you reckon?
I'm not sure. I feel like they do a lot. I think they're 20. I heard 26. I could be wrong, but as Brighton bring that ball down. Looks like a few subs have come in for Glenelg, so
should be a bit fresher.
Bit more fresher in defence. And we can see that matchup again just in that bottom corner of Laura Evans and Hannah Nielsen. As Abby Thorne likes this one-on-one chance and just fumbled.
So then the reffing's been good. They've generally let them play.
Yeah.
I remember there was a...
If it's with our game, I think if it's even in contest, if there's a bit of push and it's a bit even, they're genuinely really good and they'll let it go. If one team is obviously a bit more rougher than the other, they won't. But as Abby comes in again, and
we've got the flag
3
there.
seconds, so we're going to have another free shot because Abby was inside.
Abby was inside.
And
so
it's a good angled centre hash.
This is where you want them, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, not as a goalie, but yes, as a player. So.
Do you think Carly should be getting out a bit more on top of the goal there? Goes wide, but Brighton with the backup.
I'm not sure. If I'm in the cage, I'm usually, moving my body out of the way. So for Carly to stand dead set centre.
Well, the only
unless
reason
I'm
I say that,
maybe
I've been watching too much ice hockey, and they like get out, get out on top of the paint.
But you know what they've got? They can swivel backwards. Whereas when it's dirt and it's wet, it's probably a bit harder to get those cleats dug in. Great face dodge there by Hannah Nielsen, and Brody going for that. So that's going to be a pre-check by Eloise Rowe as Brody Brovnik comes up with the ball. So Carly Evans with the ball, passing to Ella Drury. So we see that Brighton coming up with their rides. Abby Thorne again, not happy with that call, but I think that's just that college style where it is a little bit more of a, I want to say horizontal stick, coming in and making that contact with the body. So Glenelg again, Darcy Beckett bringing that ball down into attack, back up to Laura Evans, who has Hannah Nielsen on her. So now we see Jess Morrison, just great little face dodge again by Jess as Jessie takes it around. So I don't see Karen or Bonnie on the field at the moment. So a bit of a younger offence for Glenelg, as they're just working the ball back and forth. Very quiet out there. It looks like the teams are doing a bit of hard running. Can't really hear the defensive talk. Solid defense there by Indy Williams. but great work there by Jess Morrison to get that ball, and a really clean pick up there by Colleen O'Malley. So really solid D by Cole, and looking up at the ball where we see, I didn't even hear the bell ring, but that is three-quarter time, and we are still at 4-2. So now am I correct in saying no goal that quarter?
Correct.
Yeah, so third quarter goalless. So very exciting game we've got on our hands, but we'll go to our sponsors for the three-quarter time break and be back shortly.
My name is Chris McGurr, and I'm excited to be supporting Lacrosse SA in 2022. Our goal is to provide 50 property loans and save our supporters $50,000 through refinance. For every new Lacrosse supporter loan or refinance settled, your club will receive $250 in sponsorship, and if we hit our target, that's $12,500 going to Lacrosse SA clubs this year. So reach out to me today on 0480 311 301 or email me on chris@180finance.com.au to find out how I can save you money today.
All right, so we're just coming back a little bit earlier to look at our 2022 Senior Women's State team. Very exciting.
What do you reckon?
Well, it's obviously a challenge. It is an Australian year, so there are girls that have to be in the team. We've got Addie, Beth, Lucinda, Laura. I believe Olivia's in there as well. Brody, Darcy.
Jess.
Jess. So they're all our Australian players. And I think being an Australian year, there is that top level in our women's game in South Australia that are potentially exhausted. It's been 2.5 years. So there is the likes of Karen, Bonnie, Colleen, those players that...
No winning?
No winning. No. That could be in this team.
Yeah.
But the flip side of it, it's really exciting to see some other players like Millie Wilkin from Burnside. She is a gun in midfield. I love watching her play.
Can run the girl.
She last week we played against them, and she had a really, really solid game. Hayley Fuss. Hayley as well. She can run that ball in midfield. Like having those two girls as a midfield sort of in that lineup will be really solid with speed. When you chuck in an American, Anastasia, so again, she's just a really consistent American that's come in. She knows her role. She works hard off the ball, and she's been good to watch the last couple of weeks. And, you know, one of my favourite players, Megan Smith, who is probably one of the most underrated players that we have in our game.
200 games on the weekend.
She did. She had 200 games. It was super annoying to lose to, but really, really pumped.
Not dirty at all there, eh?
Not filthy, but really, really stoked. And, like, we grow up with each other. You know, we play against each other. So Megan's definitely one of my favourite players that I've been able to play with going through our teenage years and senior years. And she will make a massive impact if she can get into that sort of centre position in the fan.
So how do you reckon they'll go against the likes of...
Victoria's going to be really tough. Victoria is going to be tough.
Odds-on favourite, aren't they?
Victoria, if they don't win it, something's wrong. I think we'll have a good run for it. But I also think WA will be a solid team. So WA and SA might be a really good, tough game against each other, a bit of a more even game. But Victoria is just going to be a team that... yeah, they're strong and powerful. But, yeah, as we come into the fourth quarter, we see Glenelg, speaking of strong and powerful, Bonnie Wells coming up with that ball. So Glenelg will be pretty happy to have first go at attack here as Sarah Haynes comes in for a drive, but stopped really well Just can't get that stick right as she passes up to Lucinda. So Bonnie with the ball, Karen back on as well in attack. I'm sure they would love to have a score here.
Yeah, because if you said to Stewie Rob, hey, you're going to be down by 2 leading into the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
I reckon they would have, and it's a great,
great save. That is a really, really good feed by Glenelg, but
you know
that's
so good. We need to
that's saved by Addie,
again.
And that is why she's in the Australian team.
Because that is an amazing cut.
As Glenelg come up with the ball again, and we saw that save just big. She almost baited Lucinda, but big save. Oof, Brodie's nearly just gone over an ankle there. Yeah, I reckon.
Ducking under, getting
yeah.
ready for the limbo there, Limbo Olympics.
As Glenelg come back in, Glenelg I think's probably had more possession in this second half. So kudos to Brighton for keeping them out, and with saves like that with Addie, I mean, that's the difference between winning by 2 goals or winning by 1 goal or not winning at all.
Yeah, and so I mean, Stewie's got to be happy. You know, keep the game close, keep the game just. And I think with our play of the game, we've got to be looking defensively tonight, don't we?
Yeah. Great defence there by Beth Vargas.
Who's been your favourite so far?
Oh, I mean,
3 seconds?
This is tough. There's a clear stand-up for me for Glenelg, which is Lucinda, but they are down. She's been clearing this ball out of defence for them. Brighton's been quite consistent. You know, I think the likes of Abby, she's been involved in a fair bit, and she's got, you know, 2 goals as well, or 2 goals or 1 goal. As Karen tries to go for a drive. Yeah, they're the worst to try and defend. Lucinda again coming up with this ball. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Marty, on
Well, I've loved, as you said, Abby Thorne, 2 goals and done a truckload of work. Lucinda's done a tremendous effort.
I mean, both our goalies
Bonnie
have had
Wells,
some... Yeah, Bonnie.
But both goalies, I think, are probably who you're looking at. As Jess Morrison gets to the corner and gets it down, and a lovely bounce.
So a great fake there by Jess Morrison, and exposed Indy on that backside, and Indy didn't have the support there for defence to come over. So
that's a tremendous one. As we have a look here at the replay, Jess just splits Indy last-ditch effort, but
Zephyr came in late, but she was there. But great finish there by
we've got a
Jess
game on
Morrison.
our hands.
So, this is going to be a definitely Brighton haven't. I don't think Brighton's been here.
Not for a couple of years.
Couple of years in sort of the last quarter. They might have earlier on where they've been close, but going into the last quarter, they've usually got sort of 4 or 5 goals ahead. As again, we have Inzy Brown coming up with that ball, but who wants it? Izzy Brown's got that ball as she passes out to Laura Evans. So, and Lucinda again just running this ball down in the right spot at the right time.
Runs away from Taylor.
I mean, look, I know that they're down, but she's done a mammoth of work. So I don't know if you've ever gone, if you know, whatever way the game sways.
Hey, I'm just used to running from the centre to the goal, and that's about it. Anything outside of that, that's extra work for me.
That's extra work. As Karen...
I swear I do more running in refereeing than I do than I ever did.
I feel like you always do. As Karen, good defence there. And Karen's just come in and another goal. So
we've got a tied game here.
A tied game. And Karen made that look effortless. Taylor Voicey had really good body position. Taylor had really good body.
We'll have a look at the replay here. Karen just baited her in, drew her upfield.
She just had and then just inside. She tucked her and couldn't get that check across. And Karen has a really good pop shot. She can cradle the ball on the opposite side of her body, and within a split second,
B-grade left hand.
like bring it back and pop it. So 4-all.
We've got a tied game.
We go from a quarter where there's no goal, and then in the first couple of minutes. So this is exciting.
Are we going to have an OT game? Maybe, should we put a poll out?
Oh, what do we think? Who do we think's going to win from here? How about that?
Yeah.
Who
just bear with me. I'll put a poll up because we like that here. Sue Rob saying, yes, killer. Go
As
Bays.
Brighton have possession, and this is where Brighton know how to have composure. So we'll see what they do down here as Eloise has the ball when passing up. There is definitely some kind of ghost going across the field at the moment. As we see Zephyr Williams just controlling the ball at the top. And again, some really good movement here by Brighton. So just making sure they're making Glenelg work in defence. With what could be about maybe 8-9 minutes to go in this quarter, or actually in the game, I should say.
So we've actually just put a poll up. Who wins from here? We've got Brighton and Glenelg. So if you want to get behind your team or even just act independent.
Yeah.
we love a lacrosse game, so get on Facebook.
Great defence there by, I believe, Brodie Brovnik's come across.
Lucinda.
Oh, not Lucinda's come across. So again, just getting involved.
Is this a shot or is this
no, this is outside. So you just have to clear the lane.
Bit hard from here.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting because this will be the first time that Brighton has been pushed in a long while.
Yeah. We can see Colleen O'Malley has just been subbed into attack. So she's a defensive player. So it looks like Trish has made a call as Eloise Rowe and a big save by Carly Evans.
I'm just going to try and put this on replay.
As Bonnie runs down the field, looking at a pass and sees Jessie Froud. So I
just want you to have a look at this, because what you don't realise is that Carly actually saved that left-handed.
Oh, she did too.
So
what? That's not fair.
Just showing her wares there, because that is
that is fantastic for a goalie to be able to do that.
See, who says we just look after attackers down here with the replays?
That is props to Carly Evans for getting that done. As we see Laura Evans with the ball.
Sorry,
so they're clearing out this side, but she's heavily guarded there by Abby Thorne as she's just working her way in, almost trying to cause a penalty. And great save there again by Addie. So I'm not sure if, and a fumble, and it looks like Bonnie's going to pick that ball up.
We see the replay here. Laura
and another push. So Laura just really worked that. And then
that was a great save, leg save there.
As Glenelg have the ball again. Often that definitely looked like a bit of an across the body, but great that's good solid defence by Beth Varga to stop the run of Gilbo.
I hate to say we've had 20 votes already and nobody can split them.
Oh my God, it's 50-50.
Can't split them.
This is a grand final vibe, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, this technically, the next time they could meet, depending on how the next 5-6 weeks go, it could be the grand final.
Well, semi-final.
Well, not if they finish second. If Burnside come up and leaving.
At full strength. You can't see these two teams not playing off in that grand final.
And good matchup there with Lucinda and Hannah Nilsson as Lucinda comes around that circle. Yeah, well, I mean, if another team finishes second, it won't be the semi.
Yeah, true.
Because Burnside aren't missing any players and they've got a strong team, so if they can get sort of 5 wins in a row, they will potentially finish second.
Addie,
a big save there by Addie. I mean, is she putting her hand up?
I think
She's had 4 saves.
It's got to be. Whoever wins, it's got to be the goalie.
I agree, yeah. I think with Carly going left-handed, which is some like sorcery wizard stuff.
It's pretty good, like just casually.
Is she left-handed? Oh no, she's got it in her right now. Let's see if she changes it.
But that was ridiculous there before.
And she changes it. All right, every other team watching, be mindful. Carly swaps hands.
Because come around the corner, you'd think offside. That's open, but just showing her skill, and that's why they're Aussie.
Great inside by and a left-handed save.
One hand. That was a box save.
This is too intense for me.
Whoever.
I feel like I've had too much pre-workout for this and I haven't had any.
But in all honesty, whoever wins this game, and seriously, we hope it goes to OT because we love a bit of extra play.
Game.
So if you're not, if somebody's not on watching, Get him on board because this is good because...
This is a great feed to Hayley Fuss and a great save there. But Glenelg can't be disappointed that defence. It took a lot for that, and there's still a fair bit of time in this game. Have a look here on the replay. So Colleen's been put into attack. I think that's a smart move by Trish just to get a bit more experience in there. Great feed there by
and lefty again.
Hannah. Yeah, that was a good feed by Hannah, and Hayley definitely took her time to place that shot. So it's almost like a next goal wins feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Well, will that be enough?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Do you reckon?
I don't know. I can't.
First to 6 wins, maybe?
Maybe
because there's only 5 minutes to go or so.
I just think this last half, Addie and Carly, to be no goal in the third quarter, they've kept their team scoreless, or they kept the opposition scoreless, both of them. I think it's going to be an indie. So I would love to know.
That's the killer one.
Yeah,
they can kill a couple minutes here. And
that's the thing. I don't know how long's left in this game, but I'm just going to say there's less than 5. They'll definitely try and kill some of this clock. But you need to keep attacking because a team like Glenelg, they'll make you pay for it if you were. So Hannah Nielsen here coming down and just missed the goal there, but Brighton should get this one back. Carly, lefty going back to right. So Tammy's just stopping the clock on this as they bring the ball back in. And I think because she knows it's a tight game, don't know if she'd usually do that in a game like this.
Well, Brighton's just snuck ahead 62-38 on the poll. Maybe the viewers have seen that.
They know something
that
we
last.
don't.
Oh no, they saw the last goal and thought that's what it is.
And a check.
A hold.
Hold. So I believe was that outside. Yeah, just outside. So. And that's only 4 to the side, which. Smart players' effort to slowly walk back to that position. That would be a good 10 seconds off the clock there too, as Hayley Fuss has the ball. Oh, nearly a fumble there, but Hannah Nielsen should be able to pick that one up.
But again, just kill the clock.
Yeah.
At what point do you go into...
And,
lovely little tip there.
And this is a thing, they don't want to lose the possession, but Jess Morrison coming up with the ball. So. We'll hear the 2-minute bell, I think, shortly, as we have another advantage and another advantage. So I'm not sure if Nat saw the hit on the head, but we'll play it out. You play to the whistle?
Yep. We saw blood coming from the head in the grand final and nothing. Nothing called, so let them play. That's what we like. Rubbing is racing, as Tony would say. As Chelsea Gilbert.
I'm not sure how that's... So there's a 2-minute bell. So if Glenelg is smart, they will want to try and keep possession for 2 minutes and score with sort of 30 to 20 seconds to go and try and get this into overtime.
This will be the one that they look to. Get the ball
so
out of her hand.
Through and
as Jess comes
again,
in.
Jess comes in. A big save there by Addie. So that's going to be a massive, massive win for Brighton. We're going to see them slow this down, and they'll probably run this out now and just make sure they've got possession.
Remember, they've got timeouts up their sleeve that they can just pull on if they know they're getting into trouble.
So Zephyrs definitely can hold this ball. I'm not sure if she wants to drive and have a shot, but she's caused a yellow card for a swipe. There was a swipe at the back behind. So
let's just have a look.
No, it was before that. Yeah, so it was as she was running behind. So if Zephyr should pull this ball out because they're men up. You wouldn't want to have a shot here. You'd want to pull it out.
And that's tough because they'll go into game save mode here.
Yeah, and because they're man down, they're going to... Carly will potentially have to come out. There's not much you can do here, but do you just let it play out and go with a 5-4 finish because no one's come that close to Brighton in years?
It's a
they're
tough
going to be man down for the rest of the game.
If you're going to lose by 1, you might as well lose by 2.
Yeah, true.
So it'll be just whether Stewie has trained the girls for this one.
Yeah, as they start pushing out here. I mean, you never know. They could put that pressure on where they are going to cause a bit of a penalty. But the clock's on the field now, so 30 seconds left if they are. And that's, you've got to throw yourself at those. Really hard for Hannah not to go for that shot. You always want to, but really, really solid way to hold this ball out.
Finish this out here.
And you know what? You got to give it to Glenelg. They have played their hearts out tonight. Both teams have. This is a great game of lacrosse as we see Brighton come away as victors to 5-4. Probably one of the lowest scoring games we've had for a while. But I think Marty
taking a page out of the men's sport.
Yeah. I think Addie definitely. For both Carly and Addie to keep these teams to less than 5.
Can we get them both up here?
I think we could. I'm happy with that. I mean, it's 5-4 for Brighton and Glenelg
and
State
both
League.
Had outstanding games.
Can we get a third vote from Christian? Yeah.
We'll
We've had a vote, so I'll run down and grab them.
That's all right. I'll go down. You can talk better than I can.
So, we're just going to run down and grab Addie and Carly. Should we go to our sponsors for a bit, Marty, quickly? Yeah, we'll do that. And we will come back with Addie and Carly.
My name is Chris McGurr and I'm excited to be supporting Lacrosse SA in 2022. Our goal is to provide 50 property loans and save our supporters $50,000 through refinance. For every new lacrosse supporter loan or refinance settled, your club will receive $250 in sponsorship, and if we hit our target, that's $12,500 going to Lacrosse SA clubs this year. So reach out to me today on 0480 311 301 or email me on chris@180finance.com.au to find out how I can save you money today.
So we are just getting Addie and Carly to come up and have a quick chat. So I know a couple of you are still online if you want to hear from them. But they are making their way over and we'll have a quick chat with them just about their games. But great game of lacrosse from both clubs. For Brighton, I don't know, I couldn't remember the last time that they finished off with only scoring 5 goals in a game. And for Carly Evans to keep them to 5 is a great achievement for her. But also for Addie to keep Glenelg to 4 is another big achievement when both of these teams have come off some big wins. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can hear me. That one. Am I on now?
Yep.
I'm on, you can hear me?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay. Thanks, Cam Adams, for pointing that out. Sorry, Marty left, and there's a lot of buttons to look at. So, but yeah, really great by the two goalies to keep these teams down, especially when they were coming off some big wins from some other teams. So we are going to get the girls up here now as they make their way. And probably get them on the camera, I reckon.
Yeah, they're both on their way up. They're both on their way up. And we're going to get the guys,
the
girls, sorry, both of our awesome crew there. Yep. So we'll put them over there, just doing some stuff as they make their way up to the balcony, which is
we'll just get Marty's Hungry Jacks out the way.
Breakfast of Champions.
Yeah, it
Breakfast
is, 100%.
So you can see the dust hovering over there as we get the crew together.
Have we got?
I'll grab that mic.
What ended up being actually a really nice night. Love to hear some feedback, actually. How did you find the camera angle? If anyone's still online, we liked it from up here. It was a bit warmer. So not that we don't like venturing down into the weather, but if you enjoyed it, you know, we'd love to hear from you. We're going to have probably a bit of a wet weather season. So we might have to look at doing this more often, but we have got the girls coming up. Sorry, it is for everyone online still, it's just a bit of a trek from the field. And thanks to Christian on the camera, probably some excellent camera work there we can see as we wait for these girls. But yeah, probably love to hear some feedback on the camera angle, because if we have more games here, we're not going to be able to stand out in the weather. And thanks to everyone for watching tonight, as well as our crowd. I reckon we had about 80 people out here tonight, with the boys in the shed, the crew that's on the balcony, and everyone that was on the sideline for both Brighton and Glenelg. So really good to see the support from our spectators come out on a cold night. Oh, we can see them coming around the corner now. Yeah, they are coming around the corner underneath, so I think Marty's just rounding them up. Oh, we can see Addie coming over now, so I believe this microphone testing is working. Hopefully it is. She gets the official microphone. I think is that. Hi. We just got to get.
Carly's on her way.
Carly is on her way as well. Beautiful.
There she is.
As we have the wonderful SBT being turned off. These SBTs are these Australian girls. Slowly we'll focus.
Come on over.
Okay. You want to talk to me? How am I supposed to talk?
Oh, I look like a gangster. All right. So as they're just refocusing, I think we've got another mic coming over. But guys, 5-4 in probably what felt like up here, we were talking about it, a bit of a grand final feeling, because the next time you guys come together, your whole team's basically missing. How did that feel? Like both of you, we couldn't split coming into a 5-4 when the last time you've kept Brighton to 5 goals and you've kept Glenelg to 4. How are you feeling, both of you, after that game?
Tired. That'd be my one word.
Yeah,
I
probably
can get out
that is tired.
Tired,
Yeah.
yeah.
We were just saying, like it wasn't. We just were making small errors that was costing us it coming right back down our throats. We had some really good defensive stops, just like good slides on D. We were all really trusting each other, which was great. And then just small errors that weren't resulting in goals because Kali played amazing. But yeah, no, it was an incredible game. It definitely, I don't know, that one felt different.
Yeah.
I think, there was a different vibe about tonight. So
yeah, I think there's two big saves that we will talk about. Yours down here, Addie, where Lucinda's obviously got the ball from a Karen, like one of those feeds that Karen just somehow gets, and you've stepped up and made a big save, which is a bit of a game changer. How'd that feel? Obviously, when you've got a one-on-one with someone like Lucinda, the Australian captain for 23, is coming in.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, any saves just a tick in my book is a good thing, but it was a bit of a frantic moment. I don't know if you realize I had saved it and then had no idea where the ball was, and I thought, crap, it's gone right past me after that. But no, it was, I mean, every save I just attest to my defense. They've, put them in the right position to have a low angle shot, and I just have to make the final save, so, yeah.
That it was a very good one. And then Carly, so we've had to have a replay throughout the game. Marty had to bring it up because you've gone left hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is that a thing that you do now? Is you just switch and cause that sort of shot?
Yeah, I've been
around?
doing it pretty consistently all year.
Yep.
I've been trying to do it for quite a few years now, but this year it just seems to have clicked.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nice to make those saves.
Yeah, it was a big one. And again, like when you've got a player coming around a solid drive and making a save like that. But look, we'll let you guys go. Great stuff from both of you. We, like we said, us three couldn't. Oh yeah, we won't let you go. Wait a minute, everyone, just stay for a little bit longer. Right. So both going away for state.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes. Yeah. 2 weeks. We have 2 more trainings, 2 more Sundays. Good group of girls. We have a good mix of obviously our Aussie-based players here, and then some young players from other clubs. And it seems like it'll be a good
And
group.
then you guys are playing straight after that tournament against the
USC.
USC. Yeah.
So I think we have a day off, and then we have 3 games in a row. So they're trying to treat it as a bit of like what our campaign will be like once we get away for the World Cup. And it'll be streamed on ALN.
Yeah, beautiful. And then you come back and pack and go, basically.
Yeah, we have 4 days, 5 days.
I think it's 4 days between getting back and leaving again.
And how are we feeling? How's the body? How's the mindset?
The mind is good. The body's here.
Yeah. So lots of recovery.
It's been a bit of a wild journey getting to this point. I've been obviously going down to peak with Olivia Parker, and we just keep, just slogging away. And we're thinking about it the other day. I think we only have about 4 lifts left, which is insane to think about. We've been slogging around.
Carly's like, yes, finish line is near.
The 3 a.m. wake-ups are a bit much.
Yeah, you're next level, I think, with your training.
So we're nearly there. I mean, I don't think you can find a more resilient group of women across Australia who've gone through what we've gone through to get to this point. So
yeah, I think we were saying at the start, Marty and I, that it's weird that it's finally here. It's been 2.5 years of you guys training, and that's why I asked about mindset. It's a big thing on your minds. But we are all behind you.
Thank you.
The next time you guys are out here, like, it's not going to be the same team, and we were just saying I think it's going to be potentially the semi-final. If Burnside don't beat everyone whilst everyone's away, because they're the only team that aren't missing people.
I don't miss a game.
Oh, don't you?
No.
Oh, okay. So can we talk to Lacrosse SA about...
I think we play one more time before finals, so this is
the
second.
Okay, is it? I thought when next time you played, you are missing your team. Or is that...
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure, unless they've changed it.
Unless they've... under 23s.
Some under 23s might be away. So both of our clubs are obviously. We have lots of girls coming up through that, which has been great. So a few girls missing there, but I think we have one more regular season against each other, and then obviously what happens in finals.
Yeah. Well, good luck for. I think Marty, you want to.
Well, I was just going to say that ESPN announced just today or yesterday that every single game will be broadcast on ESPN. Obviously, once we know here in Australia what that looks like, whether that's an ESPN Plus or something like that, we will let you know, because it'll be a great way that we'll all be able to watch the girls. So.
And the timing's quite
Pretty good
to be here. I think it's about a 7:30 and a 9 o'clock, or 7 a.m, 9
Not like
a.m.
3 a.m. and 1 a.m. or something.
But all of SA is behind you guys. You both played a phenomenal game tonight. and we are excited to see you at state, but more excited to see you guys both dominate.
Thank you.
Over in the US. So enjoy a drink tonight. You can't,
No.
but enjoy an orange juice
or
a chocolate milk. And good luck.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Lacrosse SA. Thank
you.
you. Thanks, guys. I felt very close to that.
Hey?
I felt very close to that.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. We're not done yet. Christian, come back here. We'll wrap it. We'll wrap it here. All right, so we're done for the night.
Yes, we are.
Glenelg, Brighton, 5-4. The win was probably what was expected, but certainly not the scoreline.
No, definitely not. And I think this is what you want to see in an Australian year. You want to see the two top teams really competitive, hustling and fighting for that ball, and it just makes it exciting for us to come out here and watch, and we hope that you guys enjoyed it, and we're just saying as well, the crowd that we had made it entertaining as well. So yeah,
There were some suggestions that were a bit soft coming up here, but no, it's certainly great to have everyone at home on board. It's great to bring you this stuff. We certainly love doing it. And there's plenty more to come.
Yep.
I think we've got a little bit of a break until after Nationals, where we head a lot to Sturt on the men's side. And I know we've got a lot of North Eagles games coming up, which is going to be great.
Yep.
Really good supporters of that on Facebook and that sort of stuff. But as I said, we're done until Nationals, until after Nationals. So all the best to our SA teams. And if we're not on board, I know we're going to try and have a bit of a chat with our Aussie counterparts that are heading away before that. So stay tuned for a bit of extra action, non-game action as we go.
The behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, no, it would be great to
couple
have
of
a chat
social
to that.
media TikTok reel was probably made from the Aussie girls.
Yeah, I stay well clear of that stuff. I'll let you girls do that. But thank you very much for tuning in throughout the night. It's great to bring you the action, and I would be remiss of me to say, until the sticks are swinging, we'll see you next time.